So let's have a little chit chat, shall we? So I recently uh, did my hair, which I do ever so often, in lock petals, yes. And but this time I actually braided my locks, 3-strand braids, and then I proceeded to do the lock petals. I really, really enjoy when my hair is in braided lock petals because it is lighter, it is shorter, it is less to worry about, or I don't worry about my locks. I'm just concerned about how they are everywhere. This is the longest my hair has ever been in my entire life. So quite naturally, as my hair grows, I'm continuously getting used to its length, its density, its thickness, everything about it. So it has been 7 years I've been locked. I did cut it in 2021 into a bob. I cut my locks into a bob, and it was about mid neck length. Um, and I really enjoyed that because it was actually, I think at that time, 17, 18, 19, 20, it was 3 years, and it was actually really long. I may be exaggerating, but I feel like it was this long, and it's on. Yeah, I don't know. Well, anyway, I haven't learned how to put pictures into my videos yet. Like I'm in the beginning stages of all of this, so I don't have pictures, but I can post it. I think I will do that in a community chat. So anyway, moving forward, yes. So yeah, I cut it and I felt so free. Now, I've always been an avid cutter. Like, when they say like women go through things, or I won't even, I'm not a man, so I don't know what men go through, but I believe that individuals who are pretty connected to themselves, when they do go through certain things, circumstances in their lives, and it transforms them, and they transform themselves. There's a urge to purge. There's an urge to purge, and outside of, like, we purge within, but as within, so without. So as that purge ascends, we may tend to want to cut our hair, like change our appearance, to fit the new person that we've become. And I've gone through a lot. I've transformed a lot. I've had many death and rebirths. And it's something I'm actually proud of because I know what it feels like to die within and rebuild and cultivate who I know I should be, who I am, but I have to work towards her. So anyway, I've been an avid cutter, and I've always cut my hair even when it was loose and unlocked. And that was the first time I cut my locks, and it felt so free. And oh my gosh, it was literally like not too long after. It may have been a year after a heartbreak of a relationship, an ending of a relationship that really sent me into an awakening. And it was the catalyst to send me into an awakening. And like I said, it was just so free, and I loved it. Oh my gosh, I loved it. And I was a bit like, I foresee things. Yeah, I'm a seer, and I was a bit sad. It was bittersweet. So I was like really taking it in, enjoying the haircut because it was as much as I enjoyed the length, I really didn't enjoy the fact that I wasn't able to be versatile with the style because it was so short. And so fast forward to now, like it is very long. This is long for me. And I've actually trimmed my locks recently, and it's been a slow process of me trimming them because number one, I was a little nervous. I didn't want to trim, go full on out trimming, and be disappointed afterwards. And I don't really know what I'm doing. Like, I can do hair in the simplest ways, but I ain't no cutter. I'm not a beautician. So I did my little research and concluded that cutting at an angle is best so that it gives it a chance to lock. And that reminds me of when you grow plants, like when you take care of plants and you need to cut them in order for them to grow back more healthily. Even if it was healthy and you cut it, you want to cut it at an angle so that it has more surface area, I believe. And you want to make sure your scissors are nice and clean and things like that. So, like, this is a plant. I'm a plant with emotions. So yeah. So I've been trimming. I trimmed recently. It took me. This is probably like month 2, and I finally did all the trimming that I needed to do. And it took me a while to like let go, and I gave myself that grace and space to let go because I gave myself that space, period. So I've trimmed them. Now going back to the lock petals. Now I've been in a space where I really want to I want to be comfortable. I don't want to be comfortable to the point in which I've built a ceiling and locked the door in my comfort space, but I want to be comfortable. And I do love my length. However, I've become uncomfortable with the amount of locks that I have because when I decide to actually do it, it's not appeasing me anymore. So I currently have a little above 120 locks, and it benefited for a while, but now that they're long, I'm not satisfied. So going back to the lock petals again, when I have the lock petals, I'm loving the width of the lock, how the braided locks. I love that width, and I love how light my hair feels. I love for the style. I love the length that it gives me, and it's a very comforting style and very convenient style to an extent because I actually ride a motorbike and I wear a helmet, and it's a bit difficult to put the helmet on and keep the helmet on for a longer duration because of the locks. And I'm already at an extra large helmet, and that's due to the hair. Yeah. And yeah. So I kept that style in for, I believe, a week and a half. A week and a half, and I took the petals down, but I left the braids in. because I really like, excuse me, I really like how it feels and it looks. And so during the time in which I had that style, which was very recent, as you can see, it is still crinkly from the braids, I decided to conjoin my locks. And yeah, so I counted those braids and it was equal to 39. And I was, analyzing the parts. I have natural parts for my locks. And I was analyzing my parts if I conjoined them while they were braided. And I'm content with them. Like, it's all good. So what I did was, I'm not twisting. I'm very low maintenance. I'm like semi-free formed. And so I stuck locks within each, like in a root. I put them, like intertwined them, like put it through, put the other one through, and kept it moving. And I know I have one, but I think I have maybe 2 sections where there's 4 because it's uneven. I think I had like 127 locks, and if you use 3, I don't know. So yeah, I conjoined my locks, and I'm on a journey. So I don't know how it's gonna start looking, but with the lock journey, it's always an adventure because you just don't know. So I'm excited to see how it will look as it grows out. Yes, I will have my 3 loose locks at the ends, but that will be my uniqueness with my locks. And the sun is shining. And yeah, so I'm excited. Like, look at this thickness. It's gonna be very cool, very dope. It's gonna be that thick. Like, I'm excited. And yeah, so stay tuned for how it's gonna look. And I don't even know what I'm gonna do with the ends as it grows out. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep them or just start trimming, and maybe when it gets to a certain length, like trim all the bitches off and have my thick locks. I don't know, but yeah. Deuces.